Hello people, this is Code Grind and in today's video we'll be designing a custom animated input form which you can use in your websites. So this is what our final project will look like. Here I have three input fields with three labels: name, email and phone number, and as I click on any of these input fields the label shifts towards the top left and decreases in font size, and we can type in here like usual. So this is what we'll be creating today. So let's get straight into it. So here I've got this basic HTML layout ready, in which I have linked an external CSS file in which we will be doing all the styling part. I also have an external link for the Font Awesome website from where we will be using all the icons. So let's get started with the HTML part. So first we will create a form container in which we will wrap all the things. Then we will have a form. We don't need the action. Let's give it the method post and turn the autocomplete to off. Yeah, that's all we need from form. Then we will have four different divs, and in each one of them we will have our input and label, and in the last div we will have our button, submit button. So first we'll have our input group. The class we will give it is input group. So like this we will have four divs. Inside the first one we will have our input text. We don't need the name. Let's give it an ID of name and a placeholder as well. Then we will have the label, and in the for attribute of label we will put the ID of the input type. So name will be, and then name, and then we will be using an icon from Font Awesome. Let's save it, and here we can see the changes. So we have got this first input field with the label. Now let's get into the second one. Let's copy it, and so now we will have our email, the ID, and the for here will also be email, your email, and the icon will also change. So you can also go to the Font Awesome website and search for the icon which you like. And here we have got our second one also as well. Yeah, this is it. Now moving towards the third one, let's give it a phone number. So your phone number, and the icon will also be changed. Yeah, so we have got all our input fields and the labels. Now at last the button with the type submit and name of submit as well. Actually we don't need this name, we just need the button. And let's give it a text of something like send your message. Yeah, so this is all about the HTML part. Now let's get into the styling. Now for the at first we will have the body tag, and we will change the font family to Poppins. If you want to install this font in your system, I will give a link in the description box from where you can get this font. Yeah, so we have got our font changed. Now let's design the form container. So at first let's give it a margin of auto so that it will be horizontally aligned. Okay, we also need to give it a width at first. So a width of 80%. Yeah, that's good. Then input group. Now we will design all the input groups. So we'll give them a display of flex. Now why am I giving them a display of flex? Because we want this name, the label, to be before, horizontally above the input tab. So for that we will need to give it a flex direction of column reverse. Yeah, so we have got this all arranged now, and this is horizontally aligned with a width of 80%. So at last let's give it a margin, a top bottom margin of 25 pixels and 0, because if you see all these are very close to each other, so we need to give them a top and bottom margin. So that's why I'm giving them a 25 pixel margin. So now they are apart from each other. Now let's design the button. Border of none. Yeah, and then the background color of, let's say, crimson. I like using this color. And then a color of white. Let's see. Yeah, this is working all fine. Now let's give it some padding. Let's say 10 pixels and 20 pixels. This looks good. Then let's give it a font family as well, because the font family which we give to the body is not copied here. So Poppins here as well. Yeah, we got the font now. Now let's give it a border radius of, let's say, 5 pixels would be good. So because a bit curviness makes the button look better. Now we need to give it a cursor pointer so that it looks clickable. So cursor pointer, yeah, we have got this. So this was all for the button. Now let's design the label. So for designing the label, we first need to give it a position absolute so that we can place it as we want. Position absolute. Now we have got this positioned inside the input tag. Oh wait, at least actually first we should design the input tag. Let's leave the label there. Give it a font size of 1 em, then a padding to make it a bit big, 30 pixels, 10 pixels and 10 pixels. Yeah, so it is a bit big now. Now we will be removing the border because we don't need it. Yeah, border is not here now. Let's also give it a border bottom. So we have removed the three borders, but we need the bottom border. So as you might have seen in the demo, we will be using that bottom border. A 2 pixel solid of a grayish color, 90 90 90. So this is our what our border bottom will look like. And when I click on it, we get this outline. We need to remove that outline. So for that, let's give it outline of none. Now when I focus on it, we don't get that outline. Yeah, so this is done. Now let's give, as you see, the placeholder here does not look good, so we need to give the placeholder an opacity of 0. Yeah, so the placeholder is not here anymore. Now let's design the label. So let's shift it a bit towards the left side by giving it a padding left of, say, 10 pixels would be good. Yeah, this is good now. Also a margin bottom of 2 pixels. Yeah, this is good now. And let's give it a color of 90 90 90 as well, because we want its color to be changed to black when we focus on it, not by default. But this 90 it's more blur, so let's change it something to this. Yeah, it's a bit darker. Let's also give it a cursor of pointer, and at last we need to give it a transform translate of, for we need to shift it bit towards the right side and towards top also. So this is what I tested it while programming it. So this is the best combination I could look for. Now we also need to make it a bit big, so let's put a scale of 1.02. So all these values I have actually used before, that's why I'm using them. You can also use them, you can customize it according to your convenience, but this according to me is the best. Now let's give the, when we focus on the input, we need its border bottom to change to black. So 2 pixels solid. So right now it is gray in color, but when we focus on it, I need it to change to black. So this changes, but this change is very immediate, so we need to give it a transition as well. So let's give it a transition of let's say 0.4 seconds, all is. Yeah, so this is good. Now we also need to go to the input, focus, then the tilde sign and label. So now what this will do is, whenever uh, input is focused, then the label after it, that means whenever for let's assume that whenever this input is focused, then this label will be selected. When this input will be focused, then the label after it will be selected. So this is what this selector is used for. Now I'll be making a video on these kind of advanced CSS selectors in future. So stay tuned to the channel for these kind of videos. Now when we focus on the input, we needed to transform towards a top and right a bit, so 10 pixels and let's say minus 35 pixels. So as I said, I have already tested these values. We also needed to scale it down a bit. Yeah, so when I focus, as you can see, when I focus, it gets towards the top and its size reduces, but this is very immediate, so we need to give it a transition as well. Yeah, so this looks good, but the right now it's shifting towards the top right, but we want it to shift towards the top left. So for that we need to give it a transform origin of left top. Save it, and now when I focus, we still get it on the top right. So we must have done something wrong over here. Now let's see what we did wrong. I guess everything is right, but why are we getting it then? Oh, we also need to give it a padding of 0. Yeah, so now when I focus, yeah, it shifts towards the top left. So this is working just fine, but we also need to change it color to black, because on focus the border bottom is also changing, so the color should also change. Yeah, this looks perfect now. This is all sorted. So this is all the styling we need, but there is still one more error which you might have not noticed because I have not shown it to you, is that when I type, it's working fine when I type, but when I remove the cursor, it goes back towards its original position. So for that to not happen, what we need to give one more kind of a selector, which is input not placeholder shown. So what this will do is, this is another kind of a selector, which what it does is, whenever the placeholder is not shown, so it is another form of saying that whenever the input is not in focus, so we add it. So when the input is not in focus, then also these properties will be applied. So this is done. When I remove the cursor, it still works. So right now, if you look into it practically, what happens is, if I remove the opacity from the placeholder, let's hit save now. So now the placeholder is shown. Therefore, these properties are not applied. But when I focus on it and I type something, then the placeholder disappears because I have typed something. So therefore, these properties apply, and even if I remove the cursor from the input field, these properties are still applied onto it. So therefore this not placeholder shown is a very important type of selector while doing such kind of things. Now let's give it an opacity of 0 back. Yeah, so this is how you can do something like this, and this is how you can create a custom animated form. And I forgot one more thing, that we also need to give it an input not placeholder shown to here also. So now you see we have this working. You can give it a code grind xyz at xyz.xyz, a random number. When I send message, yeah, this is yeah, so this is it, how you can create a custom animated form just by using CSS. So if you want to learn such more tricks of CSS and JavaScript, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.